We've got tea and water on the table here. In a few minutes, we'll move it to the dining room. We'll, let everybody shift and talk a little bit more. We've got the whole club. I think they may. Actually, they've got one small group that's meeting in there. Otherwise, we've got to run this place. So, enjoy. Thank
We should really go. I think that might be a good decision. Yeah, we met at
Mothers and co-founder with Ellen Shelton. We were two angry mothers who wanted to do something. We still are, by the way. I thought so. Here's another one. I'm now an angry grandmother. But we were working to change things. And Ellen and I met in 2006, working for, come on in, I'm going to just go ahead while you're doing that. And because you all have schedules to keep. But Ellen and I were working the day before the election, and I ran down to Equality, Virginia to get some extra supplies, and there was Ellen working over a hot telephone and trying to convince the last million that they should vote our way. Sorry. But we decided that either way it turned out, we were going to do something and make a difference and not sit around and wait for some other mothers to step forward and stand up and speak out. That doesn't mean that there weren't people doing that, but we thought we would try to get a group going and just see what came of that. And looking for a title, we think we found out that Mothers and Others works really well. And in case you're interested, others are fathers and extended families and friends and fair-minded people, and we have some of each category and are growing. So we have our band of mothers and others, and what is it, 5 years later? Yeah, yes it is. And we need a broader stage, quite frankly. And we're getting a lot done. We are out there talking, and you know I can do that. I've gotten now so good at this that I can turn any innocent conversation that I have. I mean, I'll look at the eyes of the person I'm talking to, and he had just asked, how's my family? And I tell him, I used to tell people not to ask my daddy how I was because he was good for 20 minutes. So now he passed that on to me. But we have a story to tell. Each one of us has a story to tell, and as do all of us, of course. And I'll bet you have some family members who are either lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or at least questioning. And when you stand by and think, really think about American citizens on the other side, who are calling upon American citizens to come out and take away the rights of other American citizens, you follow them, and I think you do. So we are trying mightily to reach as many people as we can, but we call upon you distinguished and diverse group members here today to see if there's some way that you could, when you learn a little bit more about how we go about what we are doing, if you could fit us into your networks. we work with a lot of groups. There are a lot of LGBT groups, and everybody's doing their own job, and doing a great job, by the way. But we feel like there is room for us, and just the word mother, for most people, conjures up somebody that will fix things if she can, and she's going to love you no matter what you've done. And you don't want her angry. I was telling somebody a short story, but my little Katie, who was 2 years old, and she all of a sudden didn't like being 2, and she didn't like anybody else, and she was doing one of those things, you know, where nothing suited her. And my son said, Katie, and she did one of those, he said, look at Grammy, and she gave me that look. I said, does Grammy look happy? She didn't. And he said, I have to tell you, Katie, that from the time I was your age till today, if I see that look on Grammy's face, I stop what I'm doing. So I'd like to spread that a little bit. But just, you know that the tide is turning, that people are changing hearts, changing minds, and in the last week or so, I saw several polls listed that looked pretty good to us. I think the lowest percentage was 47% of Americans now think that LGBT folks deserve to have equal rights. It's about time. But I did see one that said 57%. So that's the good news, but we also want to make sure that we don't sit back and assume that we are well on the way. And I'm preaching to the choir here because you all know all of this. Because what can happen, and we hear this from our members when we call, you know, they're still so happy and they want to thank me and thank the rest of us for doing what we're doing. But hey, you've got children and grandchildren and friends and family. Why don't you come out? Well, just keep me apprised of what's going on so I'll know when to come out to vote. And we do all that, and we are hoping to improve our website. We've come a long way thanks to Roland's efforts. We are getting a newsletter out, and we are hoping to enlarge that, and because we have a readership. Sorry about my glasses here. We do, and you know, you all know that you can go on and see who's looking at what you're putting out there, and it is amazing who is reading the stuff that we are putting out. So we want to do an even better job for us and for our children of all ages. So basically, what I have come to ask you, or asked you to come break bread with us, although I see we're having the souffle bread, so we can't break that. But I hope you will enjoy it. But we're asking that if you can, hook us into your networks. We will go out and speak to church groups. We'll speak to Sunday school groups, a smaller version of that. We go to Watermelon Days at Carytown. We have been to many diversity days that the corporations do. Help me out, there are some more of things that, I mean, we just, big or small, in other words, we will do that. Folk festivals, did I say that?
You went to the gay community, you've been having booths at the gay community center.
Kiss, kiss. Thank you. Thank you.
Mary's Equality Witness too?
Yes, we do. We try to do as much as we can as a very active but small band of mothers, grandmothers, and fathers and grandfathers. And we have lots of young people who are helping us, which is very rewarding. But again, just to reiterate, as mothers do, we need a broader stage. And that's pretty much what we are asking, is that you keep us in mind. Maybe we'll do a better job of letting you know what we're doing, and maybe you put us in your newsletter, or as you meet people in your daily rounds, if you will, if you see a case where we could be of help, that you would mention us. And I'm here to answer any questions that you have, and as to how you think you might help, and would that be helpful to us. So I thank you for coming today. I hope you enjoy lunch. It was, I don't want to hold them up.
You finished?
Okay. Okay, I think I am. But we hope you enjoy the camaraderie and exchange of ideas and enjoy your lunch first and foremost. And think of us. Yes. I would like to call on Dr. Faith Harris, Reverend